What's going on, everyone? So we are about 8 days away from the beginning of filming for Scream 7, which I cannot be more excited for. I am very excited, looking forward to it. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of information, ton of details. I will definitely go over and talk about everything that comes out. Also be careful because I'm sure that there's going to start being leaks. That's usually when little rumors and stuff start circulating and people start leaking stuff from the set and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I'll talk about stuff if it is something that is potentially spoilerish or anything like that. I will always give you a heads up ahead of time. But in general, I'm excited to see what kind of information comes out, what kind of details come out, and just kind of what's the story going on with the set and cast and crew and all that stuff, and still waiting for that official casting announcement. We have gotten and are aware of who is on the cast list thus far. However, there is one guy in particular that has not been confirmed yet, and it's really kind of begging questions of this film is going to be focused on Sidney Prescott. Right, Gail Weathers is supposed to play a big part. They just casted her children, right? This is supposed to be a family-style Scream movie. And I don't mean in the sense of, get your children and get your family and, gather around the TV and watch this film. No, I mean in the sense of, Sidney Prescott's family is expected to be targeted. Well, you kind of need to have the other half of your family if you're going to have the family that's going to be targeted, and that is Mark Kincaid. We still, at least at the time of recording this video, depending on when you're watching this video, maybe we've already gotten the announcement, but Mark Kincaid was supposed to be in this movie, and he's not. There's no official announcement yet. He even did an interview and hyped it up and talked about coming. There was murmurs going around that they had a pay dispute, and that the reason he didn't sign on and was looking more and more likely that he wasn't going to sign on was because of the pay discrepancy, which I thought was a little odd because he's doing another film with Spyglass, another horror movie with Spyglass. And so you would think that he would kind of know and have an idea of what his rate is and what he'd be looking for. And, look, things can change and things can change fast, literally any moment. But it's incredibly odd to me that Mark Kincaid has not been, or Patrick Dempsey has not been announced when he is supposed to be such a significant, important character. This isn't just some random dude. This isn't just some random character that you can replace and whatever, right? This is somebody that Scream fans are very familiar with, and two, is the husband of Sidney Prescott. Oh, and the father of her children, and they've essentially been together since Scream 3. That's not some little light, don't worry about it, just forget that this happened. Right? And here's the other thing. We've gotten confirmation from both Patrick Dempsey as well as Neve Campbell. Both of them have confirmed that, yes, they are married and that it's Mark Kincaid. That's why Patrick Dempsey is supposed to come back. So, technically, if you wanted to get technical, right, from the casual moviegoer standpoint, it was never confirmed in the film that it was Mark Kincaid, right? It was just, hey, how's Mark? And then she responded. But like I said, Neve Campbell, and basically we've gotten 3 or 4 instances where literally Mark Kincaid has been confirmed to be Sidney's husband, right? That's pretty significant. That's not something that you can I don't think you can just throw away, right? From, again, a casual audience standpoint, and I've talked about this numerous times with things, you always got to look at it from a casual audience perspective. One, how many moviegoers for the upcoming Scream movie. One, even remember Mark Kincaid. Two, even care about Mark Kincaid. And three, even if they did hire a different guy to play Mark, or they just kind of retcon that it was Mark Kincaid, right? Because again, it wasn't technically in the films. How many people would actually be upset and bothered? Scream fans might. Some Scream fans, some diehards, the ones that are familiar with the confirmation that Mark Kincaid and Sidney are together. But there's also a good chance that the majority is just like, whatever. It is what it is type thing. And look, I don't think it'd be the end of the world, right? But in my opinion, you have to have Mark Kincaid in this movie. Even if you have to replace the actor. Just because, which I'm not a real fan of, but you can't have a Sidney and family movie without Mark Kincaid. It's just a disservice. It would be just such a disappointment. It's like, and then what? You're going to justify him being gone, or they broke up, or what? It's so stupid. So for the last 25 years, they've been happily married and together, and now when you finally get an opportunity to see them, they're divorced, right? Like, it's so silly and stupid. It's a movie. Like, have the guy in it. Pay the guy what you need to pay him, right? Like, this is becoming a trend. We saw it with Nev. Now you're seeing it with Patrick Dempsey. I mean, unless he has some like insane demands, he's like, I want $25 million for, a 10-minute scene. Like, then sure, I would get it. But again, he's doing a movie with Spyglass, a horror movie at that. So there was negotiations and conversations about that. So if he's doing another film and you guys knew and know what the cost was going to be, it's just pay the guy, get it over with, right? Move on, be done, and give us the best film you possibly can instead of playing these silly games and doing all this nonsense. And we're going and doing the same thing we were doing leading into Scream 6, and it's just so silly and pointless. Like, just do the right thing. Give the guy his bag, right? You gave Nev her bag finally. Learn your lesson from your past mistakes. Have the family in it. Do what you got, and you're going to have a successful film. This film's going to make money regardless. And yeah, you could, like I said, replace him as the character. It's just, for what? Why? What's the point? Seriously, like, what's the point? Do the right thing. Have these guys in this film. Have the husband and wife in this film with the new kids and all that stuff. Have Ghostface go after him. You have the opportunity to give us a Scream film unlike anything we've ever had. Unlike any other Scream movie we've ever seen. Like, why would you want to botch that? Why would you want to fumble that? Pay Patrick Dempsey. Get Patrick Dempsey in here. Get him involved. Let him be Mark Kincaid. You need him in this. He's been doing a bunch of horror movies. Like, there's no way you set up and establish this storyline and this story plot without knowing you had the potential to get Mark Kincaid. And knowing that, and also, if you're Patrick, like, I don't really blame him. Right? Like, if you're him, you're kind of looking at it as like, you guys did this to yourself. You didn't have to go and confirm and do all this other stuff and tell Nev and everybody that it's actually my character and tell me it's my character and all that. This character is me. Literally, I'm Mark Kincaid. Can't have Mark Kincaid without me. I mean, you could, but it's just like, I don't know. To me, it's just all silly. You're penny pinching for what? Like, it's silly. Just pay the man, have him in this film so we can all be excited and be ready for what we were expecting, which is Sidney and her family being attacked by Ghostface. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. Do you think, like, yes, you gotta have Patrick Dempsey in this film? There's no excuse. It's inexcusable not to have him in it. you really be doing a disservice and fumbling the bag. Do you think, like, no, like, do it without him. It technically wasn't canon because they never said Mark Kincaid. Do it without him, right? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.